Hello, I hope you're having a really relaxed day. What I want to tell you is how I approach intuitive drawing, which means to me you draw the first thing that comes to your mind. That for me is very messy because when I have an idea, another one comes right after that one, and I don't really have the time to make everything very pretty. For example, if I think horse, and then I'm 2 hours drawing a horse. During these 2 hours I got other ideas and other intuitive impulses, let's say, that I had to ignore. So for me, how I like to approach it, and I'm saying this because you can do whatever you want in these intuitive exercises. You have to follow your intuition. So this is my way to do it, that I like to let go and just make a quick drawing of a horse, for example, and jump to the next idea right after. And just keep exploring and letting it guide me through the composition, through the textures, which materials I should use, and really just follow the impulse. And the last video I said that this was going to be something I never done, because I filmed the entire process and I bring you along, which is a really strange, is a bit bizarre, because this is a very personal thing and you never know what's gonna happen if you follow your impulses without thinking. So this drawing ended up being a bit dark. To start, I have been doing what I've done in previous videos, which was pulling a tarot card, but this is really just to give you a prompt, right? So you can use a normal card deck, you can use a book, for example. Just open a book in any page, and you close your eyes and you just, like this, and then you just let your hand feel the paper, and you stop whenever you want to, and then you see that your fingers are pointing to some words or like a whole sentence, and I let that be the prompt. So you can really find it in different ways. Why I like to use tarot is because of the amount of symbols each card has. I mean, there's so much inspiration on each card. I'll show you. Let me see if it's focusing, because I really would like you to see. Let me get out of the way. Here we go. And I got the Sun, which is the number 19, and I got the 6 of Pentacles. I just let them guide me. Every time I didn't really know what to do, I would just look at the cards, pick a symbol, and draw it randomly in the paper. But it's never random. You just, again, let your intuition guide you. And don't question it, because it's super interesting in the end to look at it and to interpret what you did, because you probably uncovered some parts of your subconscious that you were not expecting to. And this is the most interesting things of this kind of exercises, that to analyze afterwards, because your intuition is connected to your subconscious, right? Like the decisions that we make without thinking. Why did we decide to do this or that? There's always a reason uncovered in our deep waters. And this is a great exercise to figure it out. So that's why it was a first for me to be so vulnerable on camera. Even though you probably won't be able to interpret this, you will definitely be able to interpret some things. But yes, it ended up being quite dark. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And if you decide to do the exercise, something that really helps is the ambience, obviously. And I'm cat sitting at a friend's house. Wow, their house is just full of plants and candles and the most cute objects. I even brought her sunflowers here because they're also in the cards, but they just add such warmth to the place. So I was really lucky to be in such an atmosphere, but it's not always possible. life is not perfect, so I'm taking my phone to share with you a playlist that I did with my favorite songs that really get me in the mood, like inside myself. Even though when I'm drawing I take a lot of breaks and sometimes I need to move, and I think that's also really important. But in order to focus, I will link it down below. It's called Reconnect to Your Intuition. It's a Spotify playlist, so you can just click the link. And there's a lot of Portuguese music, but there's songs and artists from all over the world. Yeah, it really helps me to calm down and be in the zone. But as I was saying, to me it's really important to move as well. And I usually stretch or do a little bit of yoga before I start, and throughout I like to, you know, especially when a song is you're really feeling it, sometimes I sing and I dance in the middle of it, and I just get up and yeah, and take some breaks, because that's also super important. We cannot forget that our minds and bodies are connected and we cannot only live up here. And it really helps to move when you're stuck, absolutely helps. I really wish that if you do it, you would share it with me, tag me. My Instagram is down below. I would love to also see your intuitive drawings. I hope you enjoyed, and I see you next week with another one.